What are we getting so fancy for? I don't understand. If travel is the main issue here, and that's complicating things, then like, sure, break the divisions up and make it so all the teams are geographically close to each other, and we are making the schedule based on geographical closeness of all the teams. Make the schedule that way. Whatever. But calling them Mid-Atlantic Great Lakes Division, really? Like, is this independent ball? Stop pretending like that's ever gonna happen, because it's ridiculous, okay? And if that did ever happen, like, why? The names aren't even the bad problem with this. The divisions are stacked for more good regular season matchups. And like, everybody's excited about that. Like, oh, Yankees, Red Sox, Mets, and whoever else like in this division. We have the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, and Phillies in one division. And granted, that'll make some great regular season matchups, right? Lots of exciting baseball in the regular season. But then we have the Orioles, the Nationals, the Pirates, and the Guardians. Who's going to go to any of those games? Who's going to tune into any of those games? First of all, my big problem with that is like not even viewership, but that's going to cut down on the good teams in the postseason. I mean, we have 3 of the bottom 5 teams in the league in one division this year. I mean, the Guardians will run away with that and win like 120 games when they're like the 15th best team in the league this year. I mean, this is just so inherently flawed, and we're going to have good teams like the Red Sox and the Mets and the Phillies. Yes, I did not mention the Yankees because they suck. We're going to have those good teams duking it out all season and watering down each other's records because they're continuously playing and going to end up not in the playoffs. I don't understand why we want that during the regular season. Okay, fine, sell more tickets, but then we're going to have garbage matchups in the playoffs. An 86-win Mets squeak into the playoffs to play the 105-win Guardians when the Mets are like clearly the better team. I don't understand. Like, the whole thing doesn't make any sense. The only realignment that I've seen so far that makes any sense, Stephen Nesbitt of The Atlantic. He also broke things up a similar way to the Fox Sports one that I was just referring to, and I apologize I didn't mention that one by name before I started talking about it. I just started ranting, going off on it because that's one that's been circling everywhere. But if the goal is competitive balance and geographical logic, it makes the most sense out of any of the ones that I've seen so far. Rather than having the Yankees, Mets, Phillies, Red Sox all in one division, we've got the NL East of the Mets, the Phillies, the Pirates, and the Nationals. Pirates, who should arguably be considered an East team in the first place, right? And then the AL East, we got the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays, right? Like, that stays intact, right? But we still have a lot of teams moving between leagues, right? We have got the Rockies moving to the American League, Rays moving to the National League. We have teams moving divisions. Also, we have the Astros moving to this new AL South, the Royals moving to the AL South, the Braves, the Marlins, the Rays moving from the AL East to the NL South. It's just creating a lot of like new shakeups that I feel like aren't completely necessary. And again, if the goal here is scheduling, which is the thing that I keep hearing over and over again, I like it. I like this proposal here, right? It makes sense. But how about this? Get rid of divisions altogether. Crazy freaking idea, right? Crazy idea. And at first I was like, what if we only use divisions only for scheduling? Kind of like how the NBA does it. I know there are divisions. I don't even know like why they use them. I'm assuming it's only for scheduling. Correct me if I'm wrong if you're like passionate about the NBA like that. I don't know. But then I was like, why don't we just get rid of the divisions altogether? The schedule makers, when they're making the schedules, like, I'm no expert in that by any means, but why don't you just make the schedules however you want to make the schedule? If you want to prioritize geographical closeness, do that. 16 teams in each league. That's including one expansion team for the American League and one expansion team for the National League. Nobody changes from the AL to the NL or vice versa. This is how the playoffs would work. Rather than having one team from each division make the playoffs, the top 3 teams in each league for the regular season make it to the divisional series automatically, and then the next 3 are wildcard teams. So that's 6 teams from each league making the playoffs just like it is now. So that's essentially, effectively, no change to the playoff format, and hear me out, I think it's better. Rather than the relatively arbitrary divisions right now deciding those top 3 teams, in this situation, you're literally just sorting them by league, 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed. Top 3 records in each league automatically go to the division series, and then the next 3 are wild cards. It completely gets rid of the problem of having a team be a wild card team when they would have been a division winner if they were simply in a different division. And you're adding an expansion team to each of these leagues without creating new divisions that's creating confusion or moving teams from one league to another, which creates completely unnecessary movement and confusion. There's no reason to ever do that, ever. Adding expansion teams does not need to be difficult. I get this all rooted from Rob Manfred's comment. Can we please take everything Rob Manfred says with a grain of salt? Because first of all, I don't even think he prepared what he was going to say. Unnecessary to be moving everything around so dramatically and throwing these big proposals out there for like these massive overhauls. Just make it simple, right? And I get the baseball traditionalists aren't going to like getting rid of divisions entirely, but like what baseball traditionalist is going to like a league called the Great Lakes Division? Really? Really? We don't need an overhaul. We don't need a great shakeup. We need 2 expansion teams, 1 at each league, and we need to get rid of divisions altogether. Schedule makers can make the schedules however they want. They can prioritize geography. They can prioritize less travel. Make as many good matchups. Make as many interleague matchups as you want every year. I don't care. This is what makes sense.